Five. The only thing I'm salty about is my aim last night. Jeez.
What'd you guys play?
Rocket League.
Oh, your aim on Rocket League?
Oh, yeah. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was just on the ball the whole time.
Went from Gold 1, Division 3, to Silver 3, Division 3. Yeah.
I hear they're going to start calling you Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Because you never passed the ball.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I don't know what that's all about.
No, he does pass the ball. He just also takes it from you before he passes it to you.
He passes it and then intercepts the pass.
It's
right,
because,
yeah.
It's because I'm better than most, you know?
He likes to think so.
Mm-hmm.
We need a
I know
1v1
so.
tonight, I guess.
Then he'll even have...
I would totally do a 1v1.
All right, let's get this going. Get it over in
ready.
40 minutes so we can 1v1.
All right. Let's get it.
I'm
Lose
ready.
your ass to streak and run around the house naked.
Here we go. Gotcha.
I like that Joker reference. Here we go.
I cracked my friend Darby up one time. We were playing Grand Theft Auto. And we just happened to be in a situation where we were trying to kill each other. And he kind of comes around with the motorcycle, whips it around. And I just do the Joker. Hit me!
Nobody heard anything.
Which Joker?
It would be the Heath Ledger Joker.
Yeah, Heath Ledger Joker's like on fire, bro.
Yeah. Hunter heard it, Ryan. You just have crappy headphones. I told you upgrade already.
You want to know how I got these scars?
It didn't cut out on you that time, Hunter?
It did. I didn't hear anything he said. That's why I asked what Joker.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the stream heard. That's
Sound like
all
a
it
sneeze.
got.
That's what I heard.
That's because of the Discord noise canceling, but the stream heard it. All right.
We understand that. We're more important than the stream.
Tonight's episode is brought to you by Click Gaming, a freelance esports tournament company based out of Oklahoma. If you're located in the U.S. and need esports services, this is the ultimate gaming company for you. Contact Johnny Weaver at icychiller@att.net. That's ICYCHILLER. This episode is brought to you by Lurk Royalty, a Twitch gaming team that puts out Call of Duty content, Rocket League content, and any epic esports matchups you can think of. If you want to check them out, go over to twitch.tv. The three team members are Creeper KC, you got Brazzy TTV, and Reckless_X. Go check them out over on twitch.tv.
And now, the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
With your host, Clinton,
Hunter.
And Ryan.
as we bring you the latest in gaming news, reviews, and the newest updates on national and local esports events.
Along with great recipes for you good-looking dads. Gadgets and gifts for gaming, gags, and great deals.
And we're raising the heat as we go into gaming competition in the Delirious Dome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, buenas noches, dias, and all that other good stuff. It's the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast, episode 113.
17.
113? I think it's
39.
It's 14.
Yeah, I think it's 13.
I don't even know. I just figured I'd
We got
say
him to
something
check.
different
Yeah,
than you said.
we got him to check.
Anyway, whichever one it is, Justin says over there, 1738. Could be true. Could be true.
1738.
Yep, this multiverse we live
Okay,
in.
what's up? Hello. You don't get
Right.
it. It's good.
Which version of the Delirious Dads
Yeah.
Gaming Podcast are we
Yeah.
talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Ryan
Is it-
here,
They're too old
One
to
of
get
your
what
hosts.
you're talking about, bro. I'm
and our
sorry.
two co-hosts here.
Yep. I'm
Clinton.
Clinton. I'm from Timeline 2509, and I've been doing the podcast for 50 years of my life, and I look this young because in our timeline, we age slower.
Mm.
Yeah.
In the year 1738, they aged slower.
No, see, he didn't even get the whole timeline thing.
Yeah,
That's all
well,
right.
you guys didn't get the original joke, so it's okay.
That's because Ryan was talking so loud I couldn't hear.
No. The 1738 thing.
We both thought you meant number 1738. Now it feels like you're saying that's when we started it because Clint's so old. But I'm not sure what you mean.
Justin says Clinton Ryan looks like Nev and Max from Catfish. Wow. I don't know. Nev isn't too bad looking.
It's Neve, bro. Come on.
Whatever.
You guys are kidding me.
It is Neve.
Jeez.
I've seen so many good shows before that, though. So it's like
1738 is a Fetty Wap rap.
I don't even know what Fetty Wap or Fetty Wap rap is.
And then you totally screwed up Neve's name. We need to move on. You guys are aging yourself here.
We like that.
Yeah.
We're okay with that.
I don't want to be associated with your age group, okay? I'm happy being old.
Yeah.
Or older.
Well,
okay.
Prepared to get canceled because that's what we do.
Before you were born, we were listening to Nirvana, baby.
I listen to Nirvana.
Yeah, but before you were born, we were listening.
Yours is fake Nirvana. It's wannabe Nirvana.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't have Nirvana in your blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways. We got some good news for you guys tonight. It's gonna be good.
Do we have good news? Like, do we really? Are we gonna sell this like we got great news, or is it just gonna be like,
no?
Hey guys,
we have good news. Most of the news we're bringing is
exciting.
good. Yeah.
I don't know. Some
what's
people
wrong
may
with
have
you?
some people may have a different opinion of said news.
Well, somebody's always going to have a different opinion.
Well, I think most of the news we're talking about, literally,
It's good.
I'm throwing right off over. He's like, what's he doing? Self-sabotage?
No.
What?
No. I'm sitting here. I'm not talking about our news being bad. We know all the ones you deliver are going to suck.
Yeah,
in delivery. But what I'm talking about is the news.
it's actually good news.
Yeah, not juicy, not like it's an upper level news, but like it's good news.
It's not negative.
I don't know.
Right,
I have
negative.
I have some bad news for Blizzard.
I know, but I said most.
Okay.
Right?
Most.
But what you're bringing is good news for society and women all around the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Respect women.
At the behest of the orcs and the war chief. And,
That's right. Yeah.
Watching
Respect
the
woman.
world burn. But we have stories, and my first story is I've hit my wall in Rocket League, and now I'm starting to suck.
Mm.
But I did beat Ryan in a 2 out of 3 matchup, 1-on-1.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with admitting that. I beat you in the first one, completely shook your world. You shattered, and then you picked yourself up real quickly.
Yeah, he beat me like 5-3, and then I came back, smashed him 9-1, and then the next one was like a tight one.
Yeah, and the last one was a tie game. So, you know, it was really close. You can't act like you just dominated.
If any of you guys watch a stream, though, you know that we fall apart, me and Clint. You know, we can go from being a decent team to being worthless. And that's what that went from. Hey, I give Clint a good match, and then I would basically acted like it was my first day.
Yeah.
Moments later, and then gave him another good match, all due to my mood and my mindset. And it's like
you gotta like erase that baggage, you know? Yeah.
Played with Chad the other night. I decided I was going to start making like makeup with sounds when he misses the ball. So like I just added in my own soundtrack while we, you know, like every time you just go for the ball and completely miss.
In your own head?
No, I would just do it out loud.
Oh yeah. So when we were playing, you guys who were watching the other night, Chad, he's been playing with us more and more lately in some of his games. He's a friend of Clint's from college, and I knew him but didn't know him much, or not. You know, through his wife.
I was
through his
say,
wife's
not through college.
Yeah.
I never went to college with Chad.
Yeah. Anywho, he's a good guy. We've been playing with him. He's better than me, even though he just started, just like he is on every other game we play. But he had been saying some stuff to Clint that was frustrating him a little bit, but Clint wasn't letting on, you know, and so I called it out. But the good thing about it is he was like, well, the way you guys talk to each other, I just thought like it was okay to just bust balls as hard as we want type thing. You know what I mean? Because he said, I was in with Hunter. I don't even know that guy. And he was not letting up. Like, you know, the pressure was just on me. And now you're talking about making whiff sounds for him. So that's perfect. Now I get where he's coming from.
It was mainly Clinton.
Hey, I'm a stone cold killer. You know, I was good. I got thick skin. Bring it on. Unless it's Hunter. Hunter hurts my feelings.
No. It's not the things that people are saying that hurt your feelings. It's the feeling like you're the one making mistakes or sucking. Like you hate it when you're
really,
not doing good.
To get right down to it. And Bryce, what's up, bro? Over in the chat on Twitch. Love having you. And it's good to have you back in the stream, man. We missed you. But going back to why I get extra pissy is because I'm playing with Ryan. And if there's anyone on this planet that's the bane of my existence in gaming when it comes to possibly falling behind, is Ryan. So if Ryan's in the match and I'm doing worse than Ryan,
oh man,
then I've officially fallen to the bottom of the barrel for me.
Yes,
personally.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even if I'm doing awesome, even if I'm doing phenomenal, doesn't matter. Clint cannot go below me. Like it's just like.
So, Ryan, when Chad started, he was still being, when he played with us the other night, he was still being placed. And we were doing really good. So we won like 4 or 5 in a row. And then it placed him, and he placed platinum. Like it was first, like platinum. And so when he would like go up for a goal and completely whiff and miss, I'd be like, wow. I would say, I'm trying to learn from you, Sensei. I don't know what that was about, but I honor it. And I'll, maybe it's better to miss the goal at the end than to make it.
Yeah, it's for a reason. You have a plan, Platinum. That's what he kept saying.
Yeah. Platinum leader, tell me what that was about. Platinum leader.
Tell me, lead me. Hey, I have an epic dad story I want to tell real quick. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Epic dads. Epic results.
Something just happened because we went to intermission. Oh, my bad.
I just wanted to hear that song one more time.
Gotcha.
Before I
He didn't even have epic dad news. He just wanted to play that.
No, I actually do. Well, it's epically like embarrassing. So on the podcast, guys, we've talked about how we, we're some bigger boys. We've gained some weight over the years. And we got that dad bod going, rocking it. And so we throw fat jokes to each other all the time. If you're struggling with weight out there and it offends you, we're sorry, but that's just the way we handle each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't be so fat. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of our whole deal with each other. And so anyway, we're sitting at the dinner table, and my wife had went to go get some new pants or something for work. So I got the girls, and we just got back. We're eating lunch. And Claire, my oldest daughter, she's sitting there. And she's kind of talking to me. We're just having a conversation. While I hear Mom, she just got back from shopping. She comes to the door so she can hear us. She's coming down the hall. Claire says, "Dad, why did Mom fall in love with you when you have a big old fat belly?"
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
I said, "Excuse me?" And then of course Mom comes in and saves the day, and she's like, "It's not about looks. I loved your dad for his heart, not his belly." And then she pats my stomach. And it's like, I love you, but lose it,
It's just that honest one. Well, you used to look really good.
Yeah. I was going to say, wow. Sweetie, he didn't used to have the belly. And now I've made a commitment, and I can't back out of it because of his stomach.
Yeah. I think she even told her that, too. Like, Dad used to not have as big of a belly. It's grown over the years.
Ouch.
And I'm just like, I'm happy. Like, isn't that the whole thing? Is you get happy, you eat, and you get fat. I thought that was like
you get comfortable
line there. Yeah. So anyway.
Well, some people get sad and get fat. Depression is a very big cause of avoidance.
Yeah, but I mean, like with marriage and whatnot, isn't that like the thing?
I will say, don't let the beard deceive you. I am down 12 pounds today.
Nice.
He throws that in after my depressing story. Thank you, Hunter.
My face, there's a comment made a couple weeks ago by Ryan saying he had the thinnest face, and sometimes it's debatable because, for one, my face is wider, so it definitely is always going to look bigger than Ryan's because he's got that tan complexion.
Well, and that was also because I had a skinny face right in that moment. Like I was at my lowest I've been for a while. Like today, I'm looking and I would say, no, you got me for sure. But that day I was just looking good.
The good thing about me is I'm not competing because it's just not happening. And my cheeks are the last thing to go anyway. I could weigh 160 pounds and still kind of have that full cheek look. Yeah,
you're a bulldog. It's just the way it is.
Justin said Clinton's had a belly since 2007.
Wow.
That's why Mikkel said it wasn't as big. She didn't say it wasn't there before.
That's great.
Wow, I didn't know this attack from chat and my fellow delirious dads over here was going to ensue. So, moving on from the Epic Dads comment.
Let's bring some beautiful news.
Get some gaming news.
Get some
boys.
news.
Leaks for Geeks. And it's time for the leaks for the geeks, the news,
for the dudes. I think we need to hire Bruce Buffer to do that. It's time.
I would say we probably all need to get paid first before we pay Bruce Buffer.
Yeah,
Right.
You're probably right.
Yeah. But I would rather have his brother because his brother's the original OG. Ryan
That's
knows
true.
because he was born in the he's born in the
Right.
late '80s, so he knows who
Right.
he is. Anyway,
Actually, I always liked Buffer more than King. I mean, everybody always loved King, but
yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, we're here with gaming news, guys. Now, if we cover the news tonight and there's something you didn't like about it, maybe there's a story we didn't cover, throw it in the chat or throw it in a message and let us know, and we'll cover it. Or we'll debate about it or whatever. You know?
We went 2 different routes with that. Sorry.
Did we?
Yeah, you said throw it in the chat, and I said get over it.
Well, yeah,
it's okay.
They'll get
You
over
went
it,
to your
they'll put it in the
natural
chat.
state.
Yeah.
And Clint went to his. It just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to be inviting here.
We got pushover. Oh,
Right.
Yep. See, we went 2 different places again. I'm sorry.
Jeez. Wow. Just self-sabotage episode.
Hey, this is like the clash of clans, you know?
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and
Which is what my story is going to be about. Yeah, a little prelude. I know you like that.
Segue.
All right. You guys know about Clash of Clans, whether you've ever played it, whether you're that guy that does mobile phoning at all, mobile gaming at all, or phone gaming. I combine the two.
Faming.
Faming, they call it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you played it or not. You know Clash of Clans. It's like probably the biggest game ever on mobile. I don't know that for sure, but it's got to be in the top
It's
3.
right there with Candy Crush.
Yeah. So anyways, they're a huge company. What happens a lot of times when you're a huge company and you make another game, you're kind of like locked into a certain category or style of game. And a lot of times it's hard to do anything different and actually get people to care or pay attention to your product. So they had the brilliant idea, which I think it's a brilliant idea. Other people may think differently, but they established another company, or at least, what would you call that? A shadow company, right? It's like a shell. It's not real. And they put out a game and just put it out under this other company, so nobody would know it was from them, and so we could get like a fair shake at things, And now sometimes, depending on what kind of game you're making, your name can help you, right?
Right.
But sometimes when you make a game that's maybe outside of your realm too far, your name would hurt you. And so I think that's what they were thinking here. Anyways, this game even came out under a different name. So there's a game now called Everdale, and it was officially announced. This article says yesterday. This article was written, today. Yeah, so truly yesterday. As the game from Supercell, which is the company that makes Clash. It says they've in fact has been announced since fall of last year. So the game that they just announced as coming out has been in existence for 6 months now, but was called Valleys and Villages. So they even came out with like a crappy name, like they didn't care much about, like making an actual real name for it even. It just it's interesting that they're coming out and changing the name and everything after it's already been launched, but it says also here, let's see, the free-to-download building game, which is the one we're talking about, Everdale, is focused around a peaceful cooperation, putting 10 players together to build their own villages within a large valley. Okay, so it says then, that's obviously why it's called Valleys and Villages, which is like a literal name for the game. Then trading resources, going on adventures, and forming a valley guild. So it's kind of in a sense, a little bit of RPG type,
like an RPG
phone game.
Meets what is it?
I don't know, like a top-down kind of
Age
Sims.
of Empires type deal.
Yeah, something like that a little bit.
Okay.
Let's see right here. It says the big emphasis for Everdale is on benevolence, teamwork, and complete absence of conflict, which it's fair to say rather distinguishes it from Clash of Clans. So obviously it's almost the antithesis of Clash of Clans, right? Because it's all about synergy, working together, building this group that are going to make everything operate. Clash of Clans is about
attacking
the Clash of Clans, taking over and wiping out everybody else.
Okay.
So that's why they went with this route of, hey, let's launch this under a different thing because this is such a different game for us. We might not get accepted.
Right.
I guess it's doing great, and they said, okay, people like it. Let's tell them it's from us. Just, I don't know that I've ever heard of a company doing that before. Yeah,
smart. Right. In the chat over here, Bryce, he threw in on the news part because we said throw in your news. He said a NASCAR 21 ignition news. So I pulled up a recent post here, and says that NASCAR 21 ignition is getting a green flag for the game, and it's going to be October 28, 2021, and pre-orders are starting now. They started August 12th. So if you want to pre-order the new NASCAR 21 ignition game, you can do that, guys. And
look into that.
We probably will because we've definitely enjoyed NASCAR Heat.
And we're not we've never really been into car games before, but when we played NASCAR, I would say not co-op, but multiplayer with our friends. You get in a pretty good group of people that you know playing, and that game is a heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah,
we're not even like guys that are into. We don't have to have the steering wheel. We're not set up for racing games. None of us are those guys.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you can get in that game with a group of friends, we play with 5 to 6 sometimes even, and man, that's you'll have still a bunch of other randoms too, obviously. But there's enough of you that you can kind of work together and kind of take over the whole thing. It's definitely a fun game for sure.
Yeah. And Bryce Scott 93 over on Twitch, guys. He's a real pit crew guy for the pros. So.
Oh, really?
He's in there deep.
Oh, it's this is the guy who was.
He's the one that was teaching us about the track.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He made a big difference in our game.
Oh yeah, he was teaching us about the actual sport of NASCAR that we didn't even really know much about. So he's a good dude.
Justin over at Facebook was asking what Clash of Clans is, and I think the best way to describe it is if you've ever played like Age of Empire. It's kind of, I don't know, it's definitely not as big as that, but it's kind of like you build your clan up and then you fight other clans online, right? Right.
Yeah, and you build up your arsenal or different things like that too, right?
Resources and stuff like that. So it's kind of I don't know how else to explain it than that. Then you clash your clans.
Yep, I've never played it, but that's my understanding.
Shake and bake, baby, right through the front door.
Justin said nope. I don't know what he's saying nope for, but that's cool.
Watch, if we're all wrong on that, we're gonna get it from Sean too.
No, we're not wrong. I've seen Clash of Clans for sure.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say that's sure what I thought it was. Oh, he's hitting the nope, like nope, not interested. He's that guy.
I think so.
Nope,
yeah,
not his cup of tea.
Yeah. It's a mobile game, anyways. I'm not.
None of us are. Yeah, we haven't played it, but we still talk about it.
Now, if that was a game within a computer or a console, I probably would be. I'm just not.
I think that's a very interesting article. It's kind of a look into marketing and stuff, you know. So
when I do phone games, I'm more like a puzzle guy. I'll do puzzles or
same for me.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yep, heck yeah. I'll rock like at the what was that? The one with the little monster that eats the candy. Cut the rope. Fun. I used to be on that.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. Any of those kind of games where you got to like figure out the puzzle to get to the next part. I like those ones. Yeah.
Call of Duty Mobile, too intense. You can't take it down and play that at the same time. It's just not. It's not a thing. So.
Justin said, "What is mobile gaming? What is this you speak of?"
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's gaming on the move, bro.
It's usually not mobile, right? Because the only time I play is like Clint said when I'm on the toilet.
Yeah.
It's usually pretty non-mobile.
Non-mobile. Sitting on the couch. Sitting on the toilet.
Sitting on the toilet.
Sitting on a bench waiting on your pizza at Mazzio's.
What do you guys got over there?
On mobile or what?
He's just talking about
on gaming news. Are you going next or you go next?
You go next.
I'll go next.
You know the pattern.
I'll go next. So we are talking about Sea of Thieves again, and I think I talked about this a couple weeks ago with some collabs they've done with the Pirates of the Caribbean and different things like that. They've added Jack Sparrow. Well, it was released or previewed in Gamescom, that they are collabing again, and it's an unexpected one because they are announcing that they will do a collab with Borderlands.
Really?
Which is a little different. But
yeah, very.
The event centerpiece is a special mayhem ship inspired by Borderlands. Basically, it's a pirate ship cast in Borderlands rusty red and yellow with the familiar logo on the side and the sails. It's not the most obvious collaboration given that Borderlands brand is post-apocalyptic sci-fi. Mm-hmm. But Sea of Thieves is also a pirate's fantasy, so it kind of just doesn't go together. But they have similar sense and humor, and the two might not be as far removed as one might think. So, yeah, that's the collaboration. They had a successful, like I just said, successful collaboration with Pirates of the Caribbean, but that makes more sense, does it not?
Yeah. Right. Oh, yeah.
It does.
So, but it's not Johnny Depp. That's what they put in here.
Okay.
So, I don't think they used Johnny Depp. They just used Captain Jack Sparrow when they did that.
Right.
So we'll see if this is as successful as that. It runs from August 24th to September 7th.
All right.
And like I said, this was an announcement at Gamescom 2021.
So I'm sitting here thinking, like, why have we not played Sea of Thieves yet? It's just
I know,
every time I hear news on it, I'm like, this sounds.
Do you know why?
Because
I'm terrified of the ocean.
I know, but I see video of them out on the sea in their ships. And I'm like, that looks freaking fun.
It is cool until you see a huge sea monster come up on the side of your ship, and it's like, nope.
I freaked out on the sea monster in Valheim. Just froze him up in place, and Ryan's like, shoot him. And I'm like, I don't remember how to shoot. I'm terrified right now. Of this fake creature that's coming at me.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then you think
the graphics were so awesome on that one. That's what
man. But I tell you what, whenever you were telling that story, the random thought hit me. I want to see a what is it? Rusty. No. Oh. The crab. What is it? The rusty crab. The rusty crab.
Krusty Krab?
No, not Krusty Krab. The SpongeBob.
Krusty Krab.
Krusty Krab.
Why they have that in the game?
No,
that's literally what I just said.
That'd be like a Krusty Krab ship, right? No, when you said Krusty, I was thinking of The Simpsons. Krusty the Clown.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so confused right now.
My brain's all over the place tonight.
Who said Krusty?
But no, the original idea was it'd be sweet to have like a Krusty Krab themed ship.
Oh yeah,
like SpongeBob stuff.
Like SpongeBob stuff, that would be cool. And it would make more sense than Borderlands, but who's
counting?
Who's to say? Yeah.
Krusty the Clown, he wouldn't make sense in Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Unless it was a Simpsons version of Sea of Thieves.
I feel like the more we talk about this, Clinton wants it to happen, and he's just like not wanting to admit it.
What I want is the Simpsons Hit and Run, because that was kind of like one of those off the wall Simpsons games that was actually fun.
If you bring it back though, it needs to be more open world, and you need to be able to get out of your car.
You could get out of the car on that.
No.
Yeah.
No. Look it up. You can't get out of the car in that. You couldn't get out of the car in Simpsons. Mm-hmm. No, you could. Mm-hmm. No. Mm-hmm. Could not.
I'll bet you $5.
All right.
I can't remember.
If you could, then it was obviously in like the second or third one, but the first one you could not get out of your car.
Are you sure?
Positive.
I remember running around. It was like, this is like GTA Grand Theft Auto.
No, you were driving around, Clinton. I'm telling you right now.
All right.
Which may have made you think of GTA Grand Theft Auto. Just driving.
You were driving around, and like there was so much stuff in the environment that you could break and stuff, and you could go off the road and stuff. And I think maybe you're thinking that.
Yeah. Hey.
You were out of your car.
Since we just mentioned it, GTA. Did anybody have GTA news?
No.
Okay. Do you want me to just go ahead and just mention it then?
Go for it.
You're talking about that story we had on our list?
Yeah, that we never covered. Okay.
Yeah.
So, guys, GTA news that we didn't even plan on talking to you guys about. Rockstar is officially or reportedly remastering its PS2 era GTA trilogy games. So, we're talking the original GTA 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which I'm pumped about, and then Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which also pumped about.
That's gonna be so fun.
Yeah. So,
these might be part of the thing where we think GTA is actually making like a GTA universe, though, because it's to me it's feeling more and more that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this was it says Rockstar Games Dundee Studios working on a remaster. Yeah, so it's like an official thing. They just haven't officially came out and like set dates, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. But if I remember right, a little while back, we had a conversation that kind of vaguely pointed to maybe a larger interconnected world for Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I think these are probably going to be a graphic overhaul, more than likely, right?
You don't think they're going to be dropped into this whole world, though, possibly? Like all still part of the new thing that's coming out?
They could, but this says that that they're looking at a late October or early November release. So if it was
really?
if it was that deep of a game, I would think
no, you're probably right. Games
ready.
Yep.
Yeah,
you're probably right.
That's an article from The Verge. But anyway, I just want to mention it while we said GTA.
All right. You're gonna hit us. You're gonna hit us with another one.
Me?
Since that was just a little peep peep.
Yep. I'll hit you with another little peep peep. This one, guys, is about Dr. Disrespect. We've talked about him plenty of times on this podcast.
Dr. D.
You know where me and Hunter stand with the doc. Ryan's still a little bit on the fence. But last year, if you didn't know, Dr. Disrespect got banned by Twitch. No one knew why. It was a big, huge deal within the Twitch community and really esports in general.
We don't know if he did anything inappropriate or touched boobies on the job site.
Right.
You know.
Anyway, Ryan and his conspiracy. And now, over a year since he was banned, Dr. Disrespect says he knows why Twitch banned him and is planning to sue. Whether this is part of the act or genuine remains to be seen, as is often the case with Doc. But I don't think he would say something like that if he wasn't serious about it.
So it sounds like he's saying that if it were about boobies that were touched, just hear me out. They were consensually touched, is what he's going to be fighting.
Oh, wow.
But that's completely alleged, and it probably is not the subject matter.
Probably not. He's probably not going to put his career on the line over boobies, touching of the boobs or around.
But it is good to hear him at least say he knows now. I really have started to believe that he didn't know. In the beginning, I felt like he knew, but he couldn't tell because of the lawsuit. Right. Then as it went on, I kept thinking he really doesn't know. They haven't given him a real answer. They just did this thing, and they're in big trouble. And now to hear that from him, that just kind of confirms the line of thought that I think we were all having. You know what I mean?
So here's a couple quotes from the stream. Whenever he actually kind of mentioned it, he says here, quotes, "There's a reason why I don't talk about it. I can't talk about this kind of stuff." A lot of people ask, "Do you know the reason?" Yeah, I do know the reason why now. I've known for months now. He says, "There's a reason why, and I'll just say that this right now, champs." And then he pauses. "There's a reason why we're suing the F out of them, okay?" He says, "I don't know how else to put it. The amount of damages, and you just don't." And then he says, "Nah," and goes on. But the rest of the actual stream, he just mentions some examples of the big contract that they worked on. It would have been done by now. So that's money he lost there because they canceled the contract on him. He mentions how he lost sponsorship over the deal just because they sided with Twitch. And then also him being banned from tournaments and things like that. That was a huge deal for him.
He lost the things he had, but the other thing is they're gonna put together a case, because this is what you do in business too, right? So they're gonna put together a case saying, yes, you owe us for what we had that we lost, but you also owe us for what we had to spend to stay afloat, and you also owe us, because he spent a lot switching to YouTube, dumped a bunch of money into it.
Oh yeah.
And you also are going to owe us for projected losses. And at the time when they cut Dr. Disrespect, he was growing like crazy. And so they're gonna go, okay, this is where he was, this is where he was gonna be, and that you owe us for that raise too. Not just what we lost back here, but what we would have been at now by our projected gains over the last 3 years of growth. You get what I'm saying? And so it's gonna be
he's even talked about YouTube. Currently he's dropped it, I've heard him say it several times on the stream, about just how much harder it is to sustain where he's at with YouTube, just how much harder in general it is to keep that big of a streaming audience in the YouTube space compared to Twitch.
It's different, for sure.
It's a whole different world.
And it's not like he can just go back to Twitch. I mean, they could let him in, but would you? You see what I mean?
Right. Would you sign another big contract with them?
You probably end up kind of having that I'm a sellout vibe if you did that. You get what I'm saying? And so you're going to have fans that are like, why the F would you go back to them? Take their money and go on. You know what I mean?
Before
so he's in a certain situation. That's for sure.
Before the whole game studio thing, I really thought maybe he was going to start some kind of streaming platform.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah,
yep.
I thought maybe that might be the route he goes with. But we'll see what happens with. It'll be interesting. I want to know. I think everybody just wants to know why. Why did Twitch do him that way? Was it justified? So anyway, that's one little tidbit there for you boys. So
nice.
Whoever wants to go next, take it away.
I'll go. I got a whittle one for you.
We do.
I might just hit. Let me see. Let me decide real quick. Let me flip back over here. Do I want to do that or do this? I'm gonna do this one. Okay. This is interesting, and I think we've talked about how much gaming has expanded over the last 5 years. So it's not just COVID, but it was like at its peak expansion, like where people thought, okay, this is the place where gaming is its curve is going to slow down, and just start going uphill instead of with a curve. And then COVID hit, and it just like freaking somersaulted. I mean, gaming, the industry behind it, everything that has to do with streaming, all of that stuff just went through the roof, right? Well, during all this, because everybody picked up gaming more, a lot of new people came to terms with the fact that gaming is a real profession, right? And how can we make money within this industry in different ways? Kind of like we've got a guy that we're connected with here on the podcast from Click Gaming. You saw his ad in the beginning. He thinks of things outside the box a lot to connect into gaming. And that's just kind of something people are doing more and more in the modern age. And essentially, this article is about the fact that just like you've had tutors for everything else and coaches for everything else, gaming coaching is becoming a very big industry. And we're talking about like individual hire, like you would hire a piano teacher to teach you how to be better at playing piano. Well, Cash for Kills is the name of this article. And it says, why are people paying coaches to get better at video games? Thriving new industry is matching people with pro gamers who advertise and counsel, or who advise and counsel. And it's exploded in the recent pandemic, which makes sense, right? You got a lot of people who are laid off for different things, and they're like, I've always wanted a game, I've always wanted to make money gaming, or even just be better at gaming because we're dads like us and I freaking suck. You get on and you're just like, I'm trash. And so these guys that are pros, or even just even a semi-pro who's really good, honestly, it'd be harder for him to start picking up new clients because of not having the name. But once he got a few, guys would share it. Hey, I've been working with this guy, Johnny, you know what I mean? Or Jim, or whoever it is, Joe, all of the J's, and you're just like, hey,
you forgot Jack.
Mike killed it. Yeah, Jack and Jill. Don't want to leave out the Jills. Sorry, guys.
There you go.
So anyways, these pro gamers get with you, and then, a few months down the road, you're doing 50% better. Yeah, you're gonna tell your friends, hey, they're like, man, Ryan, you're doing so much better. Yeah, I've been working with so, you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, really? Yep. I mean, he trains a little bit for me, but he even trains pros. And if you have one of those friends that's kind of upper level, even those guys will go to a pro because they're like, I need that little. I'm like right there, and I'm missing some things. And so this is an industry that's kind of really exploded this last year and a half. I think it's cool to see another industry in the gaming community making revenue.
Yeah.
It's harder 10 years ago by like 100-fold to make money in the gaming than now.
Unless you're developing, and even then.
Yes. Yep. Just a lot less opportunities. So I'm excited. I'm always excited about that. I think the gaming industry is directly connected to tech and the future, and I think it pushes a lot of our limits when it comes to our movies and stuff like that. Like our technology that comes to any kind of the editing that we do starts with gaming.
Right.
And so I like to see gaming explode because it means the rest of society is going to be impacted by it. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. Justin over on Facebook said that he thinks it's a really cool idea, and he said, I'd love that for Rocket League. Because I know I'm right there, which he is. He's he's in there in the platinum levels, and it's like that puts him to the next level.
So Justin, this article basically gives the idea that
I thought he was diamond, but okay, bro.
Oh yeah. This probably is diamond. You're right. You're plat.
This article basically is saying there are more and more people doing it, but I'm trying to see if there's a name on here. Let's see. Improve your skills. Major sites such as Legion Farm, Gamer Sensei, and Pro Guides are basically like the graphic design sites that we use with graphic design freelancers that we use sometimes to do.
On agency, basically.
Yeah, that you can just hire and post, hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I need to work on. And you can kind of use them as much or as little as you want. It's not like, hey, you got to get on with a full-time life coach who's going to teach you to be a pro. You can kind of just use whatever guy, and you can go check their recommendations, from other people, their ratings, all that kind of stuff.
So you're kind of using your free game time to go ahead and practice.
Yeah, like Fiverr is what I'm trying to think of, right? Yeah. These are like Fiverr for gamer coaches kind of thing. So yeah, I think they're starting to make it kind of a streamlined deal to find somebody,
Cool.
Yeah.
Just cool.
The first time I ever saw this was like that I even knew coaching was a thing was like a couple years back when I was playing Overwatch and I was trying to get better. And I was watching some guide on a character and it was actually pretty cool. The guy put together videos to teach you, and he would say, "Oh, this person sent in this video. We're going to watch it, review it." He said, and basically what he'd do is people would send in their gameplay videos, and then he would like make a video and critique them and say, "You need to push here. You need to do that, this and that." And that was the first time I had ever even heard of a coach. Made sense, but it's like, oh, okay.
Well, it does make sense because there's a lot of YouTube channels that are popular. They're not doing a coach for hire, but they're getting monetization off of being a coach for everybody, right? You go on there because they're teaching you techniques and how to play this character, and yep. And so, this is just kind of more of a direct delivery of that same product, right? Because it's kind of hard to get big on YouTube. So this can allow you to make some money with your gaming skill before you get a popularity on YouTube. And actually, I bet this would help your popularity on YouTube or Twitch, because if a guy used you and you tell him, yeah, I've got this channel, I've got that, then they're going to tell their friends, and it's going to help you reach people you would have never reached before while making money from them. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah. Hunter, I may have to replace you.
Replace me? What do you mean?
As a coach?
Yeah, that's fine, bro. You weren't paying me anything anyways. Justin said that don't disrespect him. He is Diamond 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So talking that trash, basically.
I thought D3 meant Diablo 3, and I was like, why is he talking about Diablo 3?
Yeah. Here's the thing. I coached myself, so
yeah.
You're the biggest success of us all, really.
Yeah, I'm not really that great, but I've most improved player of 2020.
Yeah, sure. You got good basics, bro. You're solid.
I'm a basic boy.
Everybody goes silent after that.
My feelings.
You heard his feelings. He got good basics.
Yeah, man. As long as I'm not as bad as Clint, I'm good.
No. You're just,
that's a low bar.
I mean that as like you're an all-around player. You're good at every little thing you touch there. It's like a good solid. It's not like, oh, he's Ariel King, but he sucks on the wall. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. He's well-rounded is the term you're looking for.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's like talking to an NBA player that's on the bench and being like, hey, you're a really good bench player.
Yeah. Exactly.
But that's how the common man feels, though.
Yeah.
Even though we couldn't go out there and touch their shoelaces, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not even the guy on the bench.
Oh, look at that. Look at that loser. He's
their
still
worst
better
guy.
Than like 10% of the world or whatever, you know?
Yeah. 10%? Sure. You mean he's in the top 10%?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Woo! We're having a night, boys.
All right, Hunter, what's your next one, man?
Next one. Hey, it's Collab City over here today.
Nice.
Like, stop, collaborate, and listen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm moving on from that one. That was
Stop.
pretty bad.
Right, come on, Vanilla Ice.
Yep, Ice, baby. Well, anyways, this collab is with Dead by Daylight. Also, more popular than Sea of Thieves probably with their collaborations because obviously they need to get the killers in. Dead by Daylight, if you don't know what it is, crawl out from the rock that you live under. But it is a multiplayer online survival game in which you can play as the survivor trying to escape from the killer, or you can be the killer trying to kill the survivors. And so Dead by Daylight is known for collabing with different killers that are well known as Michael Myers, Leatherface. They've collabed with what is
Stranger
it?
Things.
Stranger Things. Sorry, and it's even in this article. I just couldn't.
There's a bunch of other ones they've collabed with, or that they've done on their own too. Great characters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've made their own, but they've collabed with Pyramid Head on Silent Hill, different things like that,
Resident Evil.
Exactly. And so the newest one is actually Hellraiser crossover. And so
Pinhead action.
yeah, so they're getting this Hellraiser crossover event soon. It doesn't officially have a date on here when I looked through this, but it just keeps saying soon.
It's got to be like a Halloween release, right?
Yeah, I would think so. We're getting close enough. It says Hellraiser will be joining the multiplayer horror game soon. This news comes after the game's developer spent the last couple of weeks teasing the next crossover event on his social channels. Okay. Fans of Dead by Daylight are incredibly savvy when it comes to guessing announcements before they happen, with many correctly suggesting the crossover being between Hellraiser. So a lot of these guys knew this was coming, apparently, the diehard fans. Let's see.
They're telling you need to climb out from under a rock, Hunter.
Yeah, right.
We've known about this for weeks.
There was some fans theorizing that it was going to be a Five Nights at Freddy's crossover, which that would have been hilarious.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. That would be wild, seeing Freddy running after you on that game. That'd be kind of weird.
One of the skills could be you could switch between the robots, you know?
Yeah, that would be cool.
The robots could just like stand in the map and then they randomly come to life, you know?
Yeah,
Ooh,
they have different abilities and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It hasn't been revealed what elements of Hellraiser will be making their way into the game. However, it makes sense for the 1987 film main villain Pinhead to be the center or the killer in the game. So it says it's not been disclosed yet if the crossover is strictly a new killer or if we can expect a themed map and Survivors 2. Unfortunately,
that one's a map and Survivors for sure. There's no way they're going to
so.
They can go home with that one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as Dead by Daylight welcomes a new crossover, it has to say goodbye to another. As it was revealed yesterday, the Stranger Things crossover, which contained the Hawkins map, Nancy and Steve and Jonathan, and the Demogorgon Killer, will be removed from the game on November 17th. Those who already own the Stranger Things characters will still be able to use them in the game. However, after that date, they will no longer able to be purchased, and the Hawkins map will disappear for good.
Does it say why? You know, because I would originally think that a deal like that would not be like a temporary deal. It'd be like, hey, we purchased the rights to use this in the game.
Well, that's what I was saying. Do you have to purchase the rights or the licensing, you know, or like do you have to continue to pay royalties if you're using it? You know, I don't know how that works.
It also depends on like with Friday the 13th. That whole debacle with the Friday the 13th game wasn't actually with the game. It was with the original creators of Friday the 13th and the people who had bought the license or whatever. And so they had signed up Friday the 13th game through that. Well, now it was being contested and it was going to go back, I think, to the original creators. It's something like that to where it was going to change hands. Therefore, the game.
That's where I wonder if it's something to do with because you never know on the back end. It could be the guy who played Steve, right, or Nancy, and it could be this setup to where they're going, hey, look, we're not getting royalties on that, or we didn't get in the contract the way we were supposed to, or you don't know, and their lawyers going, hey, you need a piece of that action, and then they sue them, and then they go, hey, we'll cease and desist. We don't want to pay, right?
We'll drop it.
And, and so then you back out. I don't know. I'm making all that up, but it just seems like why else would they stop if something didn't go wrong, right? Like something seems like something must happen.
Or Netflix decided we're making a Stranger Things game, like an official full-fledged game, and they could have said, no, we don't want to.
I may be wrong, but I don't feel like I can't remember them dropping any other collab.
Right, neither do I.
This is the first collab they've dropped, and so that article made it seem like, well, with a new one, they of course have to drop one, and I don't think they've done that yet. So I don't.
Yeah, I don't see how that would.
So I mean, I'm sure when you use real actors, especially in current, like, it's such a new show on Netflix and stuff that you probably do run into more problems than you would using Pinhead,
Yeah. But if I'm being honest, though, I don't really care that I'm losing the Demogorgon, and I don't really care that I'm losing Hawkins Lab. Steve and Nancy were cool-looking characters.
I bet you're going to get to keep them, right?
Yeah.
No, hey, I got to tell you, I liked Hawkins Lab.
Did you really?
Yes, it's hardened. It was much different than most of the other maps.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I liked about it. Like we'd get it, and I'm like had this love-hate relationship. Like seriously, this is just gonna it's just gonna be horrible because it is every time you play that map. It seems like it's way harder. You know what I mean, to win. But then at the same time, it was always like a map that was like more intense, like a little bit more, pressure, and maybe even a little scarier because the different levels. Yeah. So you could the hearing was a little different. Yeah, I don't know. So for me, I did like that map. It was love-hate, but I don't like it being gone.
Yeah.
Right.
We still need to get in there and check out the Resident Evil map and all the killers and stuff.
Yep.
All right. Yep.
Last but not least, we're bringing the biggest and the baddest for the end. That's what we do.
And the worst if you're a Blizzard fan.
That's why I said baddest.
It's already hit the fan for the Blizzard fan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing when you just make the yeah sound and make it wave like yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
I think it's because of the fat.
That's a lazy Dr. Disrespect thing.
Yeah, there's no like real.
I'm out of shape, Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
I'm multiverse timeline 50290.
I think in Clint's head, he hears 2 for each one though. Like it still feels like it's going, like.
Yeah, in my brain, it's like going real fast. Like it's but the mouth is just like, "What are you doing? I can't keep up with this."
It's funny.
Right. So for Blizzard news,
neither can Blizzard.
Yeah. The state of California recently expanded its discrimination lawsuit against Activision Blizzard. In addition to suing the massive gaming conglomerate over its culture of harassment and abuse toward female employees, the Department of Fair Employment and Housing is now also looking into its treatment of temporary workers.
I'm out.
What?
It really doesn't matter what this article says next, right? That's what you're thinking. Because if they've expanded this lawsuit, you can't really imagine one getting much bigger than this thing that's going on between California and Blizzard. And for the article to start with, they expanded it. It's like, oh no,
game over.
Yeah.
But I'm letting you guys know, it's worse than what you're thinking.
Oh yeah.
Now go on.
Okay. So the updated lawsuit alleges that Activision Blizzard has not been cooperative with California's investigation. It cites Activision Blizzard's non-disclosure agreements, the requirement that employees must speak with the company before contacting the State Department, and the hiring of union-busting law firm WilmerHale as an example of the company's lack of cooperation. Activision Blizzard is also accused of having human resources personnel destroy documents pertinent to California's inquiry, which it's required by law to keep and make available to investigators. Oh,
so they were like, "Hey, Hillary, can you show us what to do?"
Digging up them hoes. Digging up them hoes.
So they also put up an update here. And this is from the Kotaku website. So there's an update posted as of today. It says an Activision Blizzard spokesperson provided Kotaku with a statement regarding the lawsuit expansion. They say here, throughout our engagement with the DFEH, we have compiled with every proper request in support of its review, even as we had been implemented reforms to ensure our workplaces are welcoming and safe for every employee. Those changes continue today and include several high-level personnel changes, revamped hiring and recruiting practices requiring diverse interview panels, great transparency on pay equity, expanded and improved training and investigative capabilities for human resource and compliance staff. created investigation teams outside of business units to support greater independence, restructured divisions to support greater accountability, enhanced review processes to include evaluation of managers by employees, clear boundaries on workplace behavior with a zero-tolerance approach to harassment and other actions that diminish or marginalize. And then it goes on to say here, we strive to be a company that recognizes and celebrates the diverse talents and perspectives that lead to the creation of great, globally appealing entertainment. We have provided the DFEH with clear evidence that we do not have gender pay or promotion disparities. Our senior leadership is increasingly diverse, with a growing number of women in key leadership roles across the company. We share DFEH's goal of a safe, inclusive workplace that rewards employees equitably and are committed to setting an example that others can follow. Boy.
Tell us how you really feel.
Boy.
Yeah.
You know?
Golly,
Clint doesn't even have to tell you his impression of what they wrote because his tone was very clear. He read that too.
I'm so annoyed at this point. It's ridiculous because we saw them cut heads. You know, they got rid of Jayon Brack. They put in a female and male leadership role. It's obvious what you guys are doing. And, you know, anyway, and there's other stuff they've done, and it's just like, hey, look at us. We're now diverse. We love women now. Have you
guys had cats before?
No.
Okay,
I mean, growing up, I did. I hate them. That's why I don't have them now. But
we had outside cats growing up, and something they like to do is when they take a dump, they cover it up. Right? That's just something that cats do because it's like a predatory thing. Like they don't want things getting onto, sniffing out them and stuff. Yeah. So we used to have this cat that would go take a dump, and he would try to cover it up in the grass, just sit there and just like kick forever, and he would just get a little grass on top of it. And all I can picture right now is Blizzard taking a big old dump, and they're just scratching this grass on top of it, trying to cover it up, and it's just like
looking back.
That's still a dump.
Every once in a while, like that cover.
Yeah. Am I good now?
Are we good?
Did I scrape enough grass on top of that?
Everybody's looking at him like that's clearly a big steaming pile of crap with a couple blades of grass. Like, what are you doing?
You're just trying to cover up your huge dump that nobody wants to be around.
Oh man.
It's just this crazy thing. Like, it's just they're so tone deaf on every statement they've made. It's just so tone deaf to anything that's going on. It's like, no, we are an innocent, loving, diverse company. We love equality. We are sensitive to all peoples. And it's like, no, you clearly are a jerk.
It's definitely fake it till you make it.
It's just getting worse. Like,
it's weird because they admit there's been problems. They haven't not admitting there's been problems, but at the same time, as they talk about the new, they come across as if this is who we are.
Yeah, this made up for it.
They're not coming across like we're doing everything we can to become that. They're acting like the adjustments have all been made. Everything is right and good. Yeah. That's what's wrong about the way they do it. Yeah. And that's the tone they're not reading in the room.
We fixed everything in 2 weeks.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks, guys. We're a whole new company. We are. Washed.
I know I was a child. Good. I know I was a children's pastor, and I molested a kid. But it's been a month, and I'm not a molester anymore.
I'm better now.
Right. Will you hire me back?
I'm a whole new guy.
They're just going on the street. They're just going down on the street and hiring random women in their really big slots. You have Jennifer who used to work as a waitress, and she's.
Right. Can you come on and work?
So they can.
She's in customer management.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, you want a job for a year? Guaranteed salary?
Yeah. Right.
1 year.
Yep.
We'll
you don't even have to come in. Yeah.
Put your name on there. You got to show up.
If you have an issue, you have to come to us before you talk to anybody.
Guys, all the last part of this is made up. We don't know. Yeah. We do know there's not been some good things there. That's obvious. Right. But,
Yeah, the tone and Anyway, I don't think they're going to learn. I just think this is their leadership.
Right.
Period.
I think they're going to turn or burn. You ever heard that in the faith talk?
I think they're burning.
Right, I know, but They think that they cannot turn. I think they think we can look turned and not burn, but they're in a turn or burn scenario. Exactly. They either have to actually turn or they're going to burn. They're in a rough spot, I feel like. Yeah.
They are the poster child right now, and they're about to get.
I know you've got other people going, no, they're too big, can't be touched, not going to happen. They're hitting with that. But at the same time, I'm telling you, what's going to happen is they're going to just pressure cook, and they are going to keep making these changes. They're going to act like there's nothing going on, but they're either going to keep making these changes, or this is big enough it's going to completely cripple them. Like all the other big gaming studios that are in the same kind of market as them are just slobbering. I mean, they're just in love with what's happening. Just, oh my gosh, you've got Halo over there going, this couldn't be better. You know what I mean? That's what's going on right now. People are going, hey, we're poised for the takeover.
We know Final Fantasy is. Final Fantasy's over there like, Square Enix is like, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
We're going to make another expansion and make millions.
You kind of like a Hillary and Bill Clinton package going on here. Like, we're deleting emails and files, and we're also, I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah, both of it.
Yep.
Now they need his lawyer and her lawyer.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah. Something needs to happen there. Jeez.
One year you're alligated, and the next year you're running for president.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Goodness.
Hopefully you guys enjoy the show. We've had a good time.
We'll
sit here talking for 2 hours with you.
Yep.
If you guys want to do that, hit us up on the Discord. We play with people all the time. Jump in the Delirious Dads Discord, and we'll have some fun.
For sure. And if you want to support the show, get your butt over to Patreon and donate. If you can't, that's all right. Just remember, there's a plan on there that's like the price of a cup of coffee.
That's right.
Can you give us a cup of coffee?
Buy us a cup of coffee.
Because
cue the sad music.
Yeah. Sam McLaughlin when you need her.
We love you guys. We'll be over on the YouTube as well. You can check out our channel there. And if you like that,
stay delirious.
Stay dadding.
And stay gaming. This has been a Delirious Dads production. For more information about the show, visit our website at www.deliriousdadsgaming.com. You can also find us on facebook.com/deliriousdadsgaming, twitch.tv, and YouTube. Make sure you like and share our pages to help us grow the channel. You can listen to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Please leave a rating and review if you enjoy the show. Thank you again for listening, and we hope to see you next time. And Bryce Scott 93, thanks for tuning in, bro. Hope you have a good night. Everybody else in the chat, hope you had a great time. We love you.
Definitely.
We'll be back soon, and we're probably going to go play some Rocket League with J-Man here in just a bit.